Well, hello, everybody. This is Ro coming to you from Chicago. Hope you're having a good day, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you are watching this video. And so today I am coming on talking about Bishop Lamar Miller Whitehead. Um, the robbers were caught. The robbers were caught about a couple of days ago. They've already had their first arraignment hearing, and Bishop Whitehead did give talk to the media about what happened. He even put the young man's name on his Facebook page and his social media, and said that it was a total of three, okay, three, and that the robbers were caught. Guess where? In their apartments, in their homes. Isn't that something? Wow. Now, the third robber's name was not released, and I'm guessing that's because he might be a juvenile. A lot of times they don't release the juveniles' names or faces, put their faces out. But yeah, so a lot of people said they thought it was a scam. They thought that he had something to do with it. Bishop Whitehead had something to do with his robbery that took place about 2 months ago. People were saying that he was involved in all of this other stuff, but come to find out he wasn't, and that they arrested the three robbers that robbed Bishop Whitehead and his wife of their jewelry on that Sunday morning at the church. So yeah, so the robbers been caught, and and really preparing to go to trial is now at this point. But yeah, so like I said, it was a lot. Excuse me, a lot was being said, a lot of mouths was moving, said that this man was a fraud. And see, come to find out, he didn't have anything to do with this particular robbery. So we will see what would happen. And during this time of what has been going on, of course, we remember when Larry Reed live and this other person that was with Larry Reed sort of made fun rather, and joked about the bishop and his wife being robbed. Bishop Whitehead and his wife being robbed. Bishop Whitehead called in, and I mean they got into it. And ever since then, Bishop Whitehead has placed a lawsuit, yeah, against Larry Reed, and also against King Jives. Each one he's suing for $20 million each. Isn't that something? And I was like, wow. And then also, Bishop Whitehead has been playing videotapes. I'm sorry, audio, excuse me, audio tapes of some of the victims that came out. Man, this had to be like, this is what, September? I don't know. I want to say maybe earlier. It was earlier this year. I don't want to say it was last year. These days are going by so fast. But I think it was earlier this year when the victims came out and they started talking and they interviewed with Daryl Moore, the cigar blogger. Well, these are the tapes that Bishop Whitehead has been playing. And for Larry Reed, this just won't go away. Okay, but my question is to the accusers: are they going to move forward or not? I know one of the accusers talk actually in the interview. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard these interviews. They've been around for a minute, but if not, you can always go over to Daryl Moore's page, or you can go to Bishop Whitehead's page on Facebook. I don't know if he played them on Instagram. I don't know, but I know for sure they're on Facebook. As he did about 2 or 3 days of playing the video sorry, the audio of the accusers. I'm referring to Bishop Whitehead, but you can find it in those two places, or you might can find them even more, other places as well. But yeah, so the accusers that talked about Larry, that said what he did to them. I know that two of them were minors at the time, but there was one that was not, and that is the pastor of the two churches. This is the same, yeah. This is the same man that been friends with King Jives for years, but he was a member of Larry's church. Larry and this accuser ended up in a relationship. The accuser did admit that he was grown and that him and Larry ended up, I'm not gonna say relationship, but they was having sex. They did have sex like two times. And the third time around, the accuser told Larry, "We need to talk to your wife, Lisa." Mm-hmm. Isn't that something? So after he told Larry that, it was over. The young man at the time, I think he was like 18 or 19. Okay, when he was having this sexual relationship with Larry Reed, and but after he said that he wanted to talk with Larry and his wife, to confront the right wife, Lisa, which is now the ex-wife, um, wanted to confront her and tell her about what's going on. After he said that, he was kicked out the church and he was excommunicated. What churches do that? That sounds like an occult to me. Was Larry an occult leader? They lived in a lot of them lived in the same house. I'm like that. Hmm. Was Larry an occult leader? I know he always brag and always say I was a pastor for 20 years. He's always saying that, but excommunicating people. Anyway, that's what happened. So right now, the Bishop Whitehead is focusing on, of course, the trial that's coming up, but he has not forgotten about Larry Reed and King Jives. As I stated, he's trying. As a matter of fact, Bishop Whitehead is asking whoever can find out where Larry is living right now, because he's trying to serve him papers. He's been served papers, but they keep saying that he's not at the last address I guess the bishop had on record or whatever. He put out $1,000 reward. I ain't gonna say reward. What was it? $1,000 award, I guess. That's not funny neither, but Bishop Whitehead has put out $1,000 award for anybody that can tell him, for the person rather, that can tell him where Larry Reed currently live. He's trying to serve him papers for this $20 million lawsuit. So if you know something, if you know where he's at, uh, make sure you check out Bishop Lamar's Facebook page and let him know. That's if you really know where Larry Reed is at. Okay. Now he didn't mention anything about finding King Jives. I guess he was able to find him, but he is moving forward with this lawsuit, or trying to move forward with this $20 million lawsuit that he is suing each of the guys or the men for. Yeah, 20,000 for King Jives, 20 million for King Jives, and 20 million for Larry Reed. So we'll see what happened with that. And so, but my question is, back to the accusers. I remember when this came out, and I remember Larry and Daryl ended up in court, but if something was, because Daryl was sued, according to what Daryl was saying. You can go to Daryl Moore's page. He got it all there. He was sued, and I don't think he's not supposed to mention Larry's name on social media, and Larry is not supposed to mention his name, but I don't think that anybody won any money. I think they just kind of settled it like that. But I still think about the accusers. Are they going to move forward with whatever? According to Bishop Whitehead, allegedly the case for molestation, child molestation, is still open. It's still open, according to what Bishop Whitehead is saying. So he's saying allegedly, he even gave out the police officer's name and telephone number who's handling the case. So I don't know. Are we? Did he even mention that if the accusers need money to help them with a lawyer, that he's here for them to help them? If they need that help, he's here. Bishop Whitehead is here to help the accusers to get a lawyer and things of that sort. hmm So it's a mess. Now I know that Larry has mentioned that he's had sex with men in the past and the things of that sort. He does not identify as being a gay man. He's even said that he's had oral sex with a man. I don't know how many, but we're just gonna say with a man, and that the man gave him such good oral sex that he had to end up doing it to the man, giving up the man head or giving him oral sex. So, but the problem is, or I think um, the point is that when he was now from listening to the interviews that the accusers talked about, for those who were like, really, really, really young, he was more so grooming them, buying them the underwear, showing them how to, he likes to buy the armor underwear, and showing them how to wear the underwear, telling them about their print and things, just on and on and on. And, these were underage young men. The two that were young underage, and one he was 19 or 18 or whatever. But he's talking as well. You know, I don't think he's looking to sue. I don't think so, because he was of age, legal age, so to speak. And this is an unfortunate thing. Here a pastor is grooming young boys because he's living a double life, or living down low life, or he was married at the time with children, as a matter of fact. Larry was, so I don't know, but we will see what happened. But just wanted to come on and say that the robbers were caught regarding Bishop Whitehead's robbery that took place at his church. um, Him and his wife were the only two robbed, not the members. Thank God for that. I mean, well, I'm glad that the members wasn't robbed, but unfortunately, the pastor and the first lady was robbed. But anyway, um, there's a $20 million lawsuit on Larry and King Jives from Bishop Whitehead. Okay, there's $1,000 reward if you can find Larry Reed and let Bishop Whitehead know. He's trying to serve these papers regarding the $20 million lawsuit. So it's just a mess. It's a hot mess. But I just wanted to come on and talk about the update of what's going on with Bishop Whitehead, and also Larry Reed and King Jives. And so we'll see what happened. It's a hot mess. It is a hot mess. Again, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video.